Hello class, this is the second studio lesson and today we are making your armature. So creating an armature, armatures are what support the sculpture. It acts just like the skeleton does in your body. Your bones are stiff and rigid and they support everything else. You're making wire armatures. So the very first thing you need to do is make sure that your design is drawn out. This is my design for the handprint racer. He is who I'm going to be making. Your next step is to draw the armature. This is super easy, but it's important because when you draw it, you kind of figure out where things go. You're drawing a stickman version of your design and kind of bend the places that need bent. So when we look at my design, he is pretty much straight except for his arms are bent at the elbows and kind of angled in. So when I drew him as a stick man, and I just kind of drew this on here so I remember where his, dome-shaped head is. I have his arms and they're kind of bent at the elbows, and then his torso, and then his legs and feet. Now it's time to get your materials. You are going to need 2 pieces of wire. One that is about 12 inches long. It can be a little longer, not shorter. And one that is 6 pieces long. Again, it can be a little longer, not shorter. Please measure with the rulers. You can see it's coming off a spool, so it has a curve. So end to end with the curve, it's a little over 12 inches. So if I measure right to 12 inches and cut, it's correct. Same for 6. You also need 2 soda can pulls, some masking tape, wire cutters for cutting the wire, never try to do it with scissors, and pliers. So the first thing you're going to do is form your head and arms. So you start out by taking your 12-inch long wire and you're going to bend it in half and try to be as even as possible. It'll kind of make this like fish shape because it's curved, but that's not a big deal, because what you're going to do is you're going to twist it, and you want to twist it to create your head loop. Your head loop needs to be small. Look how much I have left here. That's important, but it's not super tiny. It's just right. And I'm just twisting the wire over each other, and then I'm taking that 6-inch arm wire and I'm putting it between these 2 long leg wires. So the arm wire goes in there. This one is on top. This one is behind. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the arm wire. The arms are going to twist in opposite directions. So you can see how they were straight across, but then I twisted around so right is on left and left is going right. See, it's just twisted around there. After I twist the wire around, I twist the wire underneath as well. This is a little tricky because it's going to want to pop out or slide. Just be patient. And then you're going to take some masking tape and you're going to wrap it around the body to stabilize. So you wrap it around those arms so they stay put. Make sure it's very secure. And then you're going to twist these long bottom wires to make your torso. Make sure you leave plenty for legs, okay? So when you have those twisted a couple times, then you're going to wrap them with masking tape to stabilize it. So now I have a stick man. He's got a head, he's got some arms, a body, and some legs. At the end of each leg, you're going to put the wire through one of your soda can pulls. So take your pliers and bend it into a hook and put it underneath that cross piece, and then you smash it with the pliers so that it makes this loop and it's connected. It's going to kind of wobble around, but this is the foot. Do that for both sides. Once you have that attached, you're going to wrap the top of the foot and the leg to stabilize it. Make sure you don't have tape on the bottom because that will make it tipsy. And do this for both feet and adjust it until your armature, your stick man, can stand up on its own. This guy is standing up. He's not going to fall over. When you're adjusting, it's not just making the feet stable, but you might also have to work with these wires, bend them a little bit, push them to the side a little bit, whatever needs to happen to make him stand up. And the next thing you're going to do is bend your arms into the position that you want them. Use the pliers to bend with, it's easier. Make sure that you check and see that your stick man still stands up. And if he's not standing, adjust your legs until he does. I had to turn my feet in a little bit. That's okay. His arms are here. They're bent at the elbows, just like in my design. The last thing you do, if you're at school, you take him over to the oven and do an oven check to make sure it fits in our oven. It has to fit in there in order for me to fire it, to cook it at school. If you're at home and using a big oven, then it should be able to fit in a big oven, no problem. Take a picture, turn it in. If you're at school, keep it in your bin until your next cohort. If you're at home, keep it in a safe place where it's not going to get squashed. Okay? That's it.